John. So much I can say, but I only got a little time. But just thank you so much for this semester. It's like when I first met you, I didn't expect anything like this. You've been like an older brother that I never had, and when I first met you, you kicked it off like so well. Like you actually seemed like you genuinely wanted to get to know me and actually grow with me. And just thank you so much for challenging me over this past year. It's like I never would have guessed that I needed these challenges and to grow. And I felt like you've pushed me to those levels. And I never noticed until you pointed out like how much you've truly got me to pretty much grow. So thank you so much, John. Love you, man.
John, honestly, what you have done for me cannot be explained into words. Just because, just from the beginning, how we met was absolutely crazy. Why we met, it's for a reason. You have impacted my life greatly, and honestly, if I had a role model to look up to, and who I would want to be like, it would be you. Just the way you handle things, the way you are, how you resolve things, and yeah, man, I love you.
John, I just wanted to say, like, I'm really touched by how much you've poured into us. I think it's so clear to us, like to me at least, that like you care about us a lot, and I think like that shows through. You're very intentional about showing it, and I have a hard time sort of. Sometimes I have a hard time like expressing my gratitude towards people, which is why I love stuff like this, where I get an opportunity to say that. And I just want to say, like, I really appreciate what you do for us, and just the passion which you show for each and every one of us, because you really have a passion for pouring into us, and I really appreciate that.
John, it has been great to get to know you over this past year. You're a good listener and a good mediator, and I appreciate your help with the situation from last semester. And also, it's been nice to hear some of the questions that you posed during core groups and just see how you were interpreting some of the biblical lessons, and be like, and then I'm like, oh, I hadn't thought about that passage in quite that same way. So it's been great to get to know you over this past year, John. Thanks.
John, thank you so much for being so intentional with getting to know me and developing our friendship. I really appreciate you in that way, and also thank you for being a true friend and for challenging me and not taking the easy way out. I've truly grown so much, not only in our friendship, but just in my own life as an individual and in my walk with Christ, simply because you've chosen to challenge me in ways that no one else has stepped up to do. So I thank you, and I appreciate you so much.
John, first thing I gotta say is, let's go Purdue! Second of all, you're just an awesome guy, dude. I love going to the gym, playing basketball, and just getting the deep talks about our faith and our religion. You're just an awesome guy I can go to joke around with, or just talk about almost anything. And you have the best singing voice out of everyone there. Don't tell Macy that. Love you, dude.
John, I think that you are definitely a funny guy. I think that you are really loyal. I do appreciate that, as you've demonstrated for especially some of the guys here on Chi Alpha staff especially. I know that you'd be there for anybody who would need it, and I appreciate the times we've got to work out in the gym together and be able to learn and kind of just grow with each other, and for your volunteering on the worship team.
So John, thank you for all of the times that you've led us and planned stuff for us. I remember for fall breakaway when Ellie and I rode with you and Macy to the church. It was super fun talking, getting to know you guys, and it's good to have like a great role model that's like a little bit older than me, and someone to look up to whenever I am making decisions.
John and Macy, I want to thank you guys so much for pouring into me, especially on the worship team. On the missions trip was really meaningful to me, and I really appreciated hearing you guys' encouragement in regards to worship and music, and I just want to thank you so much for working with me.
John, what's up, baby girl? You are so charismatic. You have the best attitude and everything. You are so fun, so welcoming, and just like, honestly, having you around is just such a blessing. There's just such a positive energy that you just give off, and it's like, it's hard to be upset when you're in the room and when you're talking to me. So I know that you like to give all of us a hard time, but you just do it in the best way possible. So thank you for just being so fun and lighthearted. And also personally, you give the best teachings, in my opinion. You have, like, your teaching specifically have stuck with me, especially from missions trip. So I just want to thank you for that and just doing such a wonderful job at doing teaching. And also there have been times last semester where I didn't know what was going on between Austin and I was able to come to you and to Macy, and you were just you were just there to help me kind of understand what was going on in Austin's life and just pour into me, and just I mean, I needed Macy's advice, but I more importantly needed your advice in some situations, considering you knew Austin better. So I just want to thank you for your guidance in that and just helping Austin and I kind of get to where we are now. And we'll make sure to keep your 10% investment going. So far, so good.
John, this year has been massive when it comes to our relationship, because in a lot of ways, we're very similar. We're both very passionate people. We both are very strong, and for me, you've helped mellow out some of the more chaotic sides of that and turned it into being really productive. And you showed me a lot of things in the past year that's just changed the way that I think, both about situations, about relationships with people, about my spirituality, and honestly, it's been a lot. I don't think I would ever be anywhere near where I am right now if it wasn't for, you taking me in and showing me how to live and showing me how to progress and really just showing me how to live as a Christian and just set an example of what to aim for and the kind of person and mentor I want to be for those around me and the kind of father I want to be for my kids. So I really appreciate you.
John, thank you for always being there for not only me, but the people around me. You give little pieces of advice that have such an impact on everybody's lives around you. And watching you treat people the way you do is so inspiring. You continue to let the Lord speak to you and to my friends and to me. You just let God flow through you, and it's really amazing to watch and to learn from.
John, thank you for leading worship during our services. That's been just really impactful, and you're very talented with worship, and I appreciate it, and thank you.
John, I love your personality. I think you are hilarious. One thing that, when I think of you, I think bold, that you are really bold in your faith, and that is really admirable. Most every time when you pray, I get chills because of how bold you are in your prayers and how bold you are in your faith, and it's just so admirable. And I look up to that so much more than you probably ever know. So I'm thankful that you are bold in your faith and that you are standing up in what you believe and that you inspire others to walk the same way and to turn towards Jesus.
John, thank you so much for being like one of the funniest and just most relatable leaders that probably like the whole entire boys group can ask for. Additionally, just thank you for using your gift of prayer and just singing to just bring a lot of people to Christ. I know that like a lot of the dudes when they first like were in the group probably were just really unsure of everything, considering this is Chi Alpha's first year, but you were just really welcoming to everybody and to me as well, because you're just like so relatable. You're just like one of the bros, so thank you for that.